Hey gang, Sam Ward here coming to you from the Ward Basement Office. That's right, this is where the magic happens. Hey, I wanted to share a little bit with you about a book that Dan actually gave me for Christmas. It's called The Book of Mysteries, and it's written by Jonathan Cahn, and it gives a messianic Jewish perspective on the Bible, which I think fits really well with a lot of what Denny has taught over the years. One that caught my eye recently had to do with joy and seeing things a little differently. The whole book is set up as a story. There's a man who meets a teacher, goes out into the desert to be a part of his school, and he writes down these lessons that the teacher gives him. He doesn't know when the teacher is going to show up. He doesn't know when the lesson is going to happen, but he writes them down immediately afterwards. So one night he is sleeping, the teacher comes in, wakes him up and says, "Let's go for a walk." He's not really happy about that, but he gets up, it's before daybreak, they walk outside, and the teacher asks a simple question: which comes first, the day or the night? The day, he answers. Night comes when the day is over. That's what most people say, the teacher responds with. That's how most people in the world see it. Day leads into night, but that's not how God sees it. What do you mean, he asks. Well, then he gives examples of how the world sees things. Because in the world, we see things from going from light to darkness, day to night, youth to age, strength to weakness, and ultimately from life to death. But the teacher says that's not how God sees it. God sees it the opposite way. And we see this even at the beginning of the Bible, when we read that there was evening and there was morning. So when God creates the world, the day began with the night. There was night and then there was day. In God, it is night that comes first. The light always triumphs and overcomes the dark. He starts to get it and he goes, so that is why the Jewish holidays always begin at sunset. Yes, the teacher says, but it's not just the Jewish holidays. It's every single biblical day. Every day begins at sunset. So the world goes from day to night. But in God, it's the opposite. And so even our lives go from night to day. And then this quote in the book, this is what I loved. You are to go from darkness to light, from weakness to strength, from despair to hope, from guilt to innocence, from tears to joy, and from death to life. Every night in your life will lead to the dawn. So live according to God's sacred order of time, that your entire life be always moving away from darkness and to the light. And as the teacher said those words, the sun rose, the colors of the sky changed, and the night yielded to the light. We see this even in Psalm 30, verse 5. We read, "For his anger lasts only for a moment, but his favor lasts for a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." So for you, may your tears turn to joy, your death to life, guilt to innocence, despair to hope, weakness to strength. And again, tears to joy, because joy comes in the morning.